Let's talk about something a lot of people have noticed about themselves but never quite had the words for. You can be exhausted. Genuinely, deeply tired. The kind of tired that sits behind your eyes and pulls at your shoulders. But the moment you lie down somewhere unfamiliar, something shifts. Your body won't settle. Your mind won't quiet. Sleep won't come. And it's not because you're not tired enough. It's because something deeper than tiredness is making a decision you didn't consciously make. And if you've ever wondered why you can't sleep in every room, why some places feel impossible to rest in no matter how worn out you are, this might explain more than you expect. A lot of people assume the ability to fall asleep anywhere is just a personality trait. Like some people are heavy sleepers and some are light sleepers, and that's just how it is. But psychology tells a more interesting story. Because the truth is, people who can't sleep in every room aren't struggling with sleep itself. They're struggling with something their nervous system is doing quietly in the background, something their conscious mind never got a vote on. There's a concept in neuroscience called neuroception. It was developed by Dr. Stephen Porges, and it describes the brain's ability to constantly scan the environment for signals of safety or danger, completely beneath your awareness. You're not doing it on purpose. You don't decide to scan the room. Your nervous system is always doing it automatically, measuring whether the people nearby can be trusted, whether the space feels familiar, whether something about the environment says you are safe here or stay alert. And here is the part that matters. Your brain will not fully release into sleep until neuroception gives it clearance. Until something underneath your thinking mind decides that this place, these people, this moment, is safe enough to be unconscious in. That's why people who can't sleep in every room aren't being difficult or dramatic. They're not just anxious for no reason. Their subconscious brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. It's protecting them. Sleep is one of the most vulnerable states a human being can enter. When you're asleep, your defenses are down. You can't respond to threats. You can't make decisions. You can't protect yourself. So the brain, which has been keeping you alive this whole time, takes that responsibility very seriously. It will not hand over control easily. Not in a strange room. Not around unfamiliar people. Not in an environment that hasn't been fully cleared as safe. People who can't sleep in every room aren't broken. Their nervous system is just honest. Think about what happens when you go home. Not just any home, but somewhere that carries real familiarity. A family member's house. Your own bed. A place where the sounds are predictable and the people there have been trusted for years. Something in your body exhales. You might not even notice it happening. But that release, that softening, that's your nervous system saying, I recognize this. I know these people. This is safe. And sleep comes easier. Not because you're suddenly more tired, but because your subconscious brain has already made a decision that this location is cleared. People who can't sleep in every room feel this difference intensely, sometimes in ways they struggle to explain. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Because the brain doesn't just scan the physical space. It scans the relational space too. It reads the energy of the people around you. It registers whether you feel emotionally safe with them, not just physically safe. You might be in a perfectly comfortable guest room with a soft bed and quiet surroundings. But if the people in the next room are strangers, or people you haven't fully trusted yet, or people you're still figuring out, your nervous system might still refuse to fully settle. The body knows things the mind hasn't named yet. People who can't sleep in every room often experience this without being able to explain it. They just know that some places feel like rest and some places feel like waiting. This is also why sleep can become easier over time in spaces that were once unfamiliar. The first night somewhere new is often the hardest. The second is a little easier. By the third or fourth, something in the nervous system has gathered enough data. It started to recognize the patterns, the sounds, the rhythms of that space. It's done enough neuroception to start relaxing its guard. People who can't sleep in every room aren't permanently blocked from those spaces. They just need the nervous system to catch up. They need time for the subconscious to process enough information to feel safe. And that's not weakness. That's actually a very intelligent system doing a very careful job. But there's something else worth naming. Because sometimes the reason someone can't sleep in every room goes a little deeper than unfamiliar spaces. Sometimes it connects to history. When someone has grown up in environments where safety wasn't guaranteed, where they had to stay alert, where things felt unpredictable or unstable, the nervous system learns to stay on watch. And that watchfulness doesn't always switch off just because the circumstances have changed. People who can't sleep in every room and who carry that kind of history may find that even environments that are objectively safe still don't feel safe to their nervous system. Because the system learned early that safety could change fast. So it stopped fully trusting it. Sleep, for these people, can become something that only happens in very specific conditions, very specific places, with very specific people. And the list of safe places can sometimes feel frustratingly small. If you're someone who can't sleep in every room, you may have felt embarrassed about it at some point. Like you should be able to just switch off. Like other people can sleep on planes and couches and hotel beds and strangers' floors, and you wonder what's wrong with you. But nothing is wrong with you. Your nervous system is just more honest than most. It won't pretend to feel safe when it doesn't. It won't perform rest it hasn't earned yet. And in a strange way, that sensitivity is also what makes you someone who reads rooms well, who picks up on tension before it's spoken, who knows when something is off even when everyone is acting like everything is fine. People who can't sleep in every room often carry a kind of environmental awareness that others don't have. Because their nervous system never stopped paying attention. The question then isn't how to force yourself to sleep in every room. The question is how to gently expand what feels safe. And that's a slower, kinder process than most people expect. It starts with understanding that your nervous system is not your enemy. It's doing what it learned to do. And it can learn new things too. Slowly, carefully, with enough repeated experiences of safety that start to build a new kind of evidence. That not every unfamiliar space is dangerous. That not every new person is a threat. That rest is something you're allowed to find in more places than just the few your subconscious has approved. Some people find that small rituals help. Bringing something familiar into an unfamiliar space. A smell, a sound, something the nervous system already associates with safety. Some people find that it helps to spend time in a new space while awake first, letting the nervous system gather data before being asked to let go in it. Some people find that the most important factor isn't the room at all. It's the people. That if the person next to them is someone they deeply trust, sleep finds them even in the strangest places. Because the safety was never really about the room. It was about whether the people in it had been cleared. If you are someone who can't sleep in every room, you already know something that a lot of people don't think about consciously. You know that rest is not just a physical event. It's an act of trust. Your body will not go somewhere that vulnerable without permission from something deeper than your decision-making mind. And that means when you do sleep somewhere, when your nervous system does finally release, it's not nothing. It means something has been decided beneath the surface. It means something in you chose to trust. And maybe that's worth paying attention to. Not just as a fact about sleep, but as information about how you move through the world. About who and what makes you feel safe enough to let go. About what it means to rest in a life that hasn't always made that easy. If this resonated with you, take a moment to notice where you sleep most easily. Not to judge the list, but to understand it. Because your nervous system has been keeping score in ways you may not have fully read yet. And there's a lot of quiet wisdom in what it's been trying to tell you.